Hello, it's Nancy today. Just to prove it, I have my hat right here. Now, can't even see my hat. Oh wait, and I even have a pink cloth. Somebody made a cool video. And I didn't really watch the video, but I just saw that she was sitting with this red fabric behind her. And I thought, oh, that's so pretty. And I like pink, so here I am. Now, Nancy today, with my pink fabric covering my black chair. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, now this is in response to POPPAROC 46, Papa Rock 46. Now she was saying about Moleskin. She really likes her Moleskin journal paper. And she feels it and talks about the quality of it. Well, I'm a writer. I always wanted to be a writer, and I am a writer. And the feel of the paper and a pen going across the paper is wonderful. Now, I have some kinds of journals here. Now, I've never used Moleskin or something, but let me just show you some of these. Okay, these are my photo albums from the press trips I went on. And then the rest are up there. And then those are stories I've written, and those are the publications I've been published in. Hey, you want to see them? I'll show them to you later. Okay, this is about the notebooks. Now, when I would go on a trip, sometimes I would take a notebook this size. Now, I'd always have a notebook with me. Oh, that's my little Virginia. Now, this is when I went to Jordan. Look, there's empty pages in it. Now, when you're writing, as you're writing, I just start with nothing. The day has arrived. I'm in the airport, awaiting the first flight on my trip to Jordan. Well-wishers who called yesterday include blah, blah, blah. I've studied a lot about Jordan in the past few months. I spoke to a woman about the violence in Israel and the burden of the immigrants from around the world being assimilated into that culture. Blah, blah, blah. Now, when you're really into the flow of writing, you can turn your work upside down and it'll really look smooth. See, I don't know. I guess that looks okay, but this is different from this, which is different from that. This is not all that smooth. Now look at this. Let's see when you turn this upside down. See how it gets really tense? It changes. See, it's not smooth and pretty. But when you're writing and it's flowing, it'll be very, very beautiful when you turn it over. See here? I was into the flow of writing. Here I was, Jordan is the most liberal, moderate of Arab countries, have tattoos, earrings, mini skirts, blah, blah, blah. Now here, that was notes, so it was choppy. Here is smoother. I had such a good day, deep sleep on the foam mattress. I was relieved when I awoke at 6 that I had 2 hours before I had to be at the lobby. The view out the window is unlike any other. All the buildings are beige from the white limestone they're built with. And then it gets different here. See how it's kind of not so smooth? I love it here. It's so different. The people dress differently, but not all of them. Anyway, so I started thinking, I want to get some photos of. And see, this is smooth. See if you turn it upside down? See how smooth that is? Whereas over here, it's not quite so smooth. Certainly not here. So when you're into the flow, it gets smooth. But the flow doesn't just happen. The flow, it seems like you have to just write everything in your head first. And after you've written, all the little just bits of junk that's in your head, the little fragments of thoughts, then you sort of hit the jackpot. There's sort of like a sun with all the little beams going off of it. So all those little flashes are different things, but you sort of tip on them, and then you sort of land down into the sunshine, and then you start to discuss the thing that's really in there, in your head, in your soul. And that's when you're really writing. Now, those times, sometimes they come when I'm sitting in the woods. You know, I would take a journal, I would take an empty notebook, and I would stick it in a folding lawn chair. I would carry my lawn chair and I would go out in the woods. Now, there are different kinds of journals that I have known. Let me tell you about this kind. This is a Write in the Rain notebook. See? Write in the Rain. Now, this was my outhouse journal. The outhouse hammock journal. And I would keep this. You see how choppy it is? How crooked it is? I am now laying in the hammock beside the outhouse. My back is inside these in case it rains again. Inside there. I feel quite accomplished. Now I need the bench pattern. This was when I was trying to make a bench. And I was cutting all the pieces for it. Anyway, this is Write in the Rain paper. And it's very nice. It's waterproof. It's all weather. I would keep these and I would fill them up in different places. Let's see. So I would start a new journal over and over. This was the Cancun trip. And this was, what does that say? I can't read it from here. Bon Echo. Now, Bon Echo was camping, so this would be a more relaxed journal. See how most of it just flows? See, if you were to turn this upside down, it looks pretty nice. It looks all sort of flowy. There's places where it's kind of rough. So when I get into the mood and I'm on a topic, it'll flow. But then as I jump between thoughts, it doesn't flow. So if you write long enough, it'll start to flow. And there'll still be choppy parts. But see, what you do at that point is after you've started to write, and you write and write and write for a while, then the good stuff starts to flow out. And even if crappy stuff comes and shows its head again, you can just go through and delete things later, erase things and X them out. You know, a problem that people have if they've written a bestseller is that they sit down to write again because they think they're going to write another bestseller. But it's hard. You can't be perfect. You can't say, I'm going to write the perfect book. I'm going to write something worthy of this journal. Because it doesn't work. You just have to write. You just have to be who you are and let it out. And it'll come out and it'll just flow. I love writing. I don't write too much anymore. Now I video. I video and I answer comments and I do all these other things. But I used to spend hours and hours a day with my chair. I would take my chair and my journal, my binoculars, and my camera, and I would go out and sit in the woods by the stream or anywhere. Anyway, but this was about having the perfect journal. What I'm saying here is that, you know, any like this is a notebook, right? And I find these notebooks are intimidating. Yes, it may be a beautiful notebook, worthy of writing in. It says, keep writing. This was given to me by somebody in our writers group. But did I write in it? No. Because what's good enough to go in this book? And so I wrote about what the writers group is. What the writers group means to... And everybody was talking about what it meant to them. Anyway. But I didn't write in it because it was too nice. So you have to just get a crappy book. Or you can make one. You can make a journal. Now, Jen sent me this journal. And she sent it to me, and I started writing in it, but I didn't write in it very much. Even though these are removable and you can add and take away more pages, it's just such a nice book. What do I put in it? And she says, you write anything in it. You write your grocery list. But you know, this is from Jen. She made it. Can I just use it? Yes, she says. But I don't, because it's so nice. But you give me a notebook like this. I mean, look at how I've used it. I have, this was our tour guide. Now, these were other people that were writers that were there on the press trip. That was the Movenpick Resort where we stayed. Oh, that was awesome. The Captain's Desert Camp. You should look that up. Where is that? It's Deiseh. Anyway. But I use these books. Oops, that doesn't go in this one. This one goes in this one. This is from the Seabirds of Newfoundland and Labrador, which goes in the Newfoundland Labrador book, which I don't think is over here. Newfoundland is over there. What's that? Switzerland? There's Kauai, Kansas, Switzerland, Villarreal, Newfoundland. Wasn't that one of the last trips? BC, Cody, Wyoming. I think it goes over here somewhere. I don't know. I'd have to look though. But I think I did see something from Newfoundland over here. Oh, it was the press pack. Here, is this it? No, that was Quebec. There is one here though. I'm pretty sure that's Quebec. What's this one? Huh. Quebec. That's Switzerland, isn't it? Switzerland. Oops. Okay, that fell down. Well, I don't know where it went, but it's somewhere right around here. I'll put it there. All right, well, that was my response to having a perfect new book. I just love those little Write in the Rain books. I have a lot of them, but I just usually get regular journals. Like I have a bunch of them. Where'd they go? I have a bunch of new ones here. This one's not been written in. Oh, I have these. Yeah, these are new journals. But I don't do that so much anymore, you know? I just use my computer now that I have a laptop. And I would take the laptop and I would type. But there's something magical about using a book. I have to figure out where these came from. Bon Echo. When was that? 2001. This is 2002. It's 2001. Maybe it came from here. Between Mexico and California. And this is Jordan, and this was 2000. And there's Jordan up there. Anyway, there's journals with every trip. I try and keep everything together for each trip. Anyway, I'll show you my favorite journal. It's birch bark. Where did I put it? I had a basket of the birch bark things here. wonderful? And I used Sedge Meadow soap labels. And this is an awesome one. This is what I should use for notes. I have another one for just things about the temple. It was this one, and when I would go to the temple, I would take this one along and write in it. Let's see. Actually, I printed them out, but then I started writing in them. Sort of. Okay, that was my response to Papa Rock. Bye. Happy writing.